Shalom. Kahangai Lai Haba Shimiao Shai by Shinra Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great stone rule well, Shalom to the 144,000. The 1/3 remnant men, women, children of the whole for the Shalom. This is Brother Gabar Yash coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Haba Shimiao Shai. Praise let's be edifying straight to the point. Through the spirit of Kakwadash. Alright, we're going to jump right into this article from the peoplevoice.tv. And it says, Netanyahu prepares to strike Iran. So things are about to heat up in Western Asia, man. Okay. And as soon as that happens, all these other nations are gonna jump in, man. Russia's gonna jump in because it tells you in Ezekiel the 38th chapter that Russia, which is Gog and Magog, is gonna be a backing to Iran. Okay. Along with China and these other nations, man. So as soon as that happens, man, and this is also going to draw America into this third and final war, man. Like it says in Jeremiah 50 and 49 verse 20. There's another one in Jeremiah 51. I probably have to say somewhere between 47 and 48, somewhere in there, where it says that the least of the flock should draw them out. Okay, so it's real, all right. With those small hats over there, they're about to draw America into this third and final war. All right, World War III. Okay, the second war is past, and the third war is coming quickly. So, without further ado, let's read this article. It says new intelligence suggests that Israel is preparing to strike Iranian nuclear facilities without Donald Trump's backing. U.S. intelligence sources says the possibility of Israeli attack has gone up significantly in recent months. The source told CNN that if U.S. negotiations with Iran over ending its nuclear program do not result in the removal of all Tehran's uranium, an attack could be imminent. Iran's foreign minister has warned that the U.S. will be held responsible in the event of an Israeli attack on Iranian nuclear sites. So things about to heat up in Western Asia, man. It's already heating up. Okay. Iran and the U.S., Israel closest ally, will be holding a fifth round of nuclear talks on Friday. Telegraph reports the Israeli Prime Minister has long been under pressure to strike Iran's nuclear facilities, especially after Tehran fired ballistic missiles at Israel last October. As we all know, that's a false flag, but that's neither here nor there. And that came out to be, all an attempt, man. Okay, so anyway, like it tells you in 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, let Satan should gain an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices, man. Okay? U.S. officials believe a strike could be imminent due in part to intercepted Israeli communications and observations of military movements, the official says. This includes the movement of air munitions and the complexions of an air exercise. An attack could trigger An attack could risk triggering a broader regional conflict in Western Asia, which they falsely call the Middle East, which the U.S. has sought to avoid since the war in Gaza began. All right, America ain't gonna be able to avoid this, man. Okay, America's going to get involved. Mr. Trump has threatened military action if Iran does not agree to a new nuclear deal. Negotiations between Washington and Tehran began last month. In mid-March, the U.S. president set a 60-day deadline for a deal to be agreed, which has since passed. The U.S. began their first talks with Iran over its nuclear program 10 years ago last month. I'm not really going to read all of this, man, but you see what's going on. Okay, he says Israel also fears that after years of uranium enrichment, Iran could produce enough weapons grade materials to build a simple nuclear bomb within months. The U.S. may decide to help Israel. There you go. See what I just said? The least of the flock should draw them out. The U.S. may decide to help Israel if it hits Iran. One official told CNN, while another said Mr. Trump was unlikely to help carry out strikes without provocation. So, look, America gonna be drawn in regardless, man. Okay. Let's see. Other officials believe Israel does not have the ability to destroy Iran's nuclear program without Americans' help. No. Such as providing the bombs needed to penetrate deep underground nuclear facilities. An Israeli source told CNN that Israel would be prepared to carry out military actions on its own if the U.S. negotiated a bad deal with Iran that the J state cannot accept, like allowing Iran to continue producing uranium. Meanwhile, two Israeli embassy's staffers have been shot dead in an event at the Capitol J.S. Museum in Washington D.C. Y'all heard about that. Y'all heard about that, man. And we all know that's all. Like I said, that's all part of Esau's tactics, man, to come down hard, man. Okay, because Trump said, all right, you could be put to death for speaking out against those small hats, man. So this is all an attempt. We all know what this is about. Like I quoted 2 Corinthians 2:11. They say should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we know what's going on, man. We know what this is all leading to. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's read this a little bit, and then we gonna get some scriptures, man. Social media footage shows the suspect shouting free Palestine as he was being led away. Police identified him as Elias Rodriguez in his early 30s from Chicago and said he he implied that he had committed the crime. The officer of Benjamin Netanyahu, whose real name is Benjamin Mikowski, said he was outraged by the horrific you know this, that word they like to go to, all right, that little go-to word they like to use when trying to play the victim, man, all right. So anyway, man, let's see. This is Alex Jones. He said the assassination last night of an Israeli diplomat and his wife in D.C. paves the way for more coming attacks that will serve as a pretext for an Israeli assault on Iran's nuclear facilities that has a high probability of triggering a new world war. And exactly, World War III. Okay, the globalists are turning show show more. Okay, and this all about the elites, man. At the end of the day. Anyway, let's get to scriptures, man. And I'll put the article in the description box. So without further ado, let's get some scriptures, man. Because hey, things are turning up, and we know what time it is. As a matter of fact, let me go here first. Let's go to Isaiah 29. And come on, come on. Man, what the hell? Ain't taking so long. Come on. Okay, hold on. Let's try it again. Isaiah 29. This ain't what you want to do. Well, you know what? We'll come back to that. Well, let's go. Not there. Let's go Jeremiah. Jeremiah 49. The hell? Let me do this. Let me do it like this. Let's do reopening again. Things starting to slow down. Alright, let's try it now. There we go. Alright, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse right here, verse 20. Book of Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. It's lucky. Damn internet acting slow. I don't know why, but nevertheless. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shad, that he have taken against Edom and his purposes, that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Okay? So America will be drawn into this third and final war, man. Okay? World War III. The second war is past, and behold, the third war coming quickly. Okay? So America will be drawn into this third world war. Whether they want to be involved in it or not. Don't make no difference. Okay? Let's go to Jeremiah 51 now. Jeremiah 51. And let's go down to let's start at verse 42. Hold on. Yeah, let's start at verse 42. The sea is coming up upon Babylon. Okay? The sea represents the nations, man. Okay? She is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, and a land wherein no man dwelleth, neither doeth any son of man pass thereby. And that's the destruction, okay? Like it tells you, nothing else is gonna dwell here ever again, man. Okay? Nothing is gonna dwell here after this place is destroyed. We know Israel gonna be destroyed too, but the difference between America, Babylon the Great, and Israel gonna be rebuilt by the heathen nations and Edomites, okay? Because their asses are going into captivity, okay? These heathen nations and these Edomites are going into captivity. They're going to rebuild Israel, man. Okay, they're gonna build up our kingdom, just like we had to build up America, build up Esau's kingdom. They're going to build up ours for 1,000 years. Okay, verse 44. And I will punish Baal in Babylon, and I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he has swallowed up, and the nations shall not flow together any more unto him. Yea, the wall of Babylon shall fall. And America is falling, man. So America's gonna be drawn into to World War III, whether they want to or not. And Israel is going to draw America into this third world war. Okay? Verse 45, my people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. How about you? That means spiritually come out of this place, man. Okay? Spiritually detach yourself from Babylon, because this place is going to be destroyed. Esau's kingdom is going down. Verse 46, and least your hearts, which means your mind, faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come in 1 year, and after that in another year shall a rumor come. Shall come a rumor, and the violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Okay? War, rumors of wars, man. Wars and rumors of wars. Let's get that scripture. Let's go to Matthew. Actually, first, before we go there, let's go to Isaiah 29. Let's try that again. Let's see. There we go. Isaiah 29 and verse 15. Okay. Isaiah 29 verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and how about shine their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? All right. Speaking of that whole shooting of those two so-called Israelis, man. Those small hats. Okay. The husband and the wife. And we all know what this agenda is about. All right. To push more restrictions, more censorship, You won't be able to speak out against these people, man. Okay? So, because the truth is coming out. And as a matter of fact, let's get this. So that goes to show you with those two, small hats being, killed, all right, or murdered, whatever. That goes to show you that, hey, those are not the people in the land. That proves to you that those are not the people in the land. Everybody wants to make war with those small hats over there, man. The Bible says this. Let's read this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 28. And it reads, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. Wait a minute. If the true people, okay, went back to Israel, then they will be dwelling in safety alone. There will be no people coming up against those small hats, man. And plus, those small hats wouldn't be making, if those were the real people, they wouldn't be making war with other nations, trying to make a war. Wouldn't have a missile dome. Okay, come on, man. Those are not the people, man. And they know they're not the people, man. Okay, Revelation 2 and 9, 3 and 9. Okay, I know thy works and thy tribulations, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. Okay, the Bible makes it plain and clear that when the true children of Israel go back home, the true Israelites go back home, they will dwell in safety and know there will be no more wars. Come on, make it make sense, man. Come on, cut it out. All right, cut it out. Those are not the people, man. You wouldn't be traveling everywhere and people hating you and all of this stuff. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, back to the scriptures, man. This is Deuteronomy 33 and verse 28. Let's read that. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountains of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Okay? We will be at peace, man. When the true Israelites go home, they're gonna be at peace. Point blank, period. Okay? No nation ain't gonna be able to come up against us, man. Okay? Because we're gonna be ruling over those heathen nations, man. We're gonna be ruling over those heathen nations. And hey, we're gonna have spiritual bodies, we're gonna have new bodies, we're gonna be able to, hey, and look, we're gonna give these other nations hell, man. Ain't no other nation gonna be able to come up against us. We're gonna have new bodies, the law, statutes, commandments gonna be in our inward parts, we're gonna have spiritual powers. Man, please. Anyway, verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the glory of Habashem Yahushai. The shield of thy help, who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. And that's what's happening. We're trading upon the high places of Amalek, man. We're trading upon the high places of these Edomites, man. They're being exposed. Okay? Anyway, let's get back to the lesson. Just want to bring that out. Let's go to Matthew 24. Went down too far. Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay? So this is just war and rumors of wars. Okay? We don't know when that's going to happen, but we know when it does happen, hey, that's game over, man. And really, the glory how about Shiao Shai is going to put it in these nations to go on and fight in World War III. Okay? It's already happening. He ponders the mind of these nations. Okay? Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay? So we're in the beginning of sorrows. Great mournings, great death, wars. Okay? Everything, all these prophecies are coming to pass. Let's go here. Revelation 11 and 14. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. World War III is coming quickly, man. Okay? But first, the MOTB, which is the CHIPS, has got to be made mandatory first. Okay? This system has got to collapse, which is on the verge of collapsing. Okay? So, hey, prophecies are moving fast, man. Like it tells you in Habakkuk 2 and 3. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will certainly come. It will not tarry. So these prophecies are no longer tarrying. They're no longer delaying. They're speeding up. Okay? And they're sped up for the elect's sake. Okay? So things are heating up over there in Western Asia. Okay? Oh, let's get this scripture. Yeah, I forgot about this one. Ezekiel 38 chapter. Yeah, let's go and get that. Ezekiel chapter 38. And we'll start at verse 1. Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh Shai came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, and the chief priests of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against it. Verse 3, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief priests of Meshach and Tubal. Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So Russia's going to be turned back to their old USSR way, man, which they've already had, okay? Because look what's going on between Russia and Ukraine. Russia basically winning this war. Ukraine is basically losing this war, man, okay? And I will bring thee forth and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, all their military forces, all of them clothed with all sorts of armory, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, and that's the missiles, okay? The ICBM. Russia got hypersonic missiles that can reach over here in no less than 20 to 30 minutes, okay? So all these nations got missiles, man, nuclear capabilities, okay? Let the weak say I'm strong, roughly paraphrasing Joel 3 and 10. Persia, okay? Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, that's Turkey, and Persia is modern day Iran. All his bands, the houses of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Verse 7, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be a guard unto them. So Russia's going to be a guard unto Iran. Okay? So if Israel, something was to pop out today, well, was basically day over there. Okay? Tomorrow, whatever. Yeah. It's over with, man. Israel and America gonna be two nations that's gonna be on their own, man. And America ain't gonna be able to help Israel because America's gonna be dealing with its own problems. Okay, with the uprisings, the civil unrest, the race wars, and the famines, everything. So America ain't gonna be able to help Israel. So prophecies are speeding up, man. So we're that close. We're very, very close, man. So with that, all praise and glorifications goes to Yahweh Shemiel Shai, by Shem Rakak Wadash. It's on to the next one, Shalom. Kwam Yashraga, Abba Babal, Shalom.